Hi, you guys. Welcome. It's good to have you. Welcome to those who are new. Welcome to those returning. I have been asked to tap into the energy and let's just see what needs to come out. Okay? I hope you guys are well, feeling loved, safe, and protected. Let's dive in. What do we need to know? What's in the energy that we need to know? Something from your past? Betrayal? Deception? Ruin? Earth angel energy, right? Or there's a need for peace. There's a need for balance. There's a path that's opening. The divine is here. So we have the Six of Pentacles. You know, this is generosity. This is life. You know, you giving in life and receiving a new path, a new opportunity, new love, maybe, right? This is spiritual love, or you've come into some kind of like spiritual gifts, right? May have caused a lot of conflict. You have people behind you who, you know, may have caused some disruptions in your life. There's some kind of bullying, some kind of hostility. These could be people that you cut off. Okay, Queen of Swords energy. This is you standing, communicating clearly, but you're like, you can come forward, but if I don't like what you say or I don't like what you stand for, I may cut you off, right? You have a King of Wands. Looking at what's being given to you. So you have a, you know, I'm getting a weird vibe. So you have somebody who may be forceful, maybe domineering, somebody who likes control, okay? Looking at what you are receiving right now. Okay, now I can say king and masculine and he. You place a gender where you want it. I'm just reading the cards. Yeah, this King of Wands really does like to be in control. I am getting more on the shadow side. Somebody who could be stubborn, very rigid, reckless. Okay. Let's see. What needs to come out? What do we need to talk about today? Was this a partnership? You know, was this somebody that you had a close bond with, a connection? You know, this was some kind of, you know, agreement. This is Libra energy, right? So, the scales, they just keep showing me the scales. So, you know, was this a connection that you thought had value, right? But I'm feeling like it didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, you had somebody who wanted to control this connection. Somebody who you may have looked at as very confident, as very strong, right? Somebody you looked at, maybe this person was the authority, but I feel like you're changing your point of view right now. You know, could be somebody that you were in a partnership with that I just heard wanted to sacrifice you. So, maybe you're sitting in a lot of uncertainty with this person. Did they walk away or did you? You know? This is choosing change because you want more, you know? This is choosing change, choosing to leave something behind because you want more. You know, maybe it was slightly, trigger warning, abusive, right? Maybe this was a connection that ended up being abusive and this is what changed your perspective on this. And this could be why I'm getting weird vibes from that Emperor and the Two of Cups energy. I feel like you walked away because you got tired. You got tired of how you were treated. You know, you constantly had to defend yourself and your actions. But to be honest with you, look what's on the bottom of the deck. You did the right thing. There were lies. There was deception. There was strategy. There was sneakiness. This person was disloyal. This person could have been doing things behind your back. Secrecy, theft, financial deception. Like, this is, somebody maybe engaging in deceptive behavior, hiding their true intentions. Looks like judgment has been called about this person from the past, this King of Wands who wanted to create illusions, who wanted to create fear, who wanted you to live in uncertainty, but you wanted more for yourself. God's here, or there could be a group who wanted to trap you and your happiness and the money that was coming towards you, but you were highly protected by angels. Okay, I'm going to show you these. So you have deception here. You're showing up as this beautiful Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody who is nurturing. This is somebody who is grounded, stable. This is somebody who has the ability to create abundance for themselves. This can be a caregiver, right? But you provide for yourself and you provide for others. There's a lot of grounded energy around you. Whatever this deception was, whatever these lies were, whatever this manipulation was, judgment has been called. Okay? Judgment has been called on the people from your past. Could be this King of Wands energy that I said was tapped to that Emperor energy, creating confusion, illusions, creating this weird fantasy, right, of keeping you fearful, keeping you living in anxiety. Maybe this person got pleasure from, getting you to be isolated or to some kind of certain breaking point, right? This is like emotional. This is illusions. This is somebody, these are secrets, right? This is like hidden fears, emotions that need to be brought to the surface and addressed. Well, the time is here, right? The time is here. The time is now. You learned you had a new beginning. God. Higher power stepped in. But this Hierophant also talks about groups. So was this person attached to a group that wanted to entrap you mentally? Make you look crazy? That's what I'm getting. They wanted your happiness. They wanted your cups. They wanted what was given to you. And something tells me spiritually, because when I see this, all I saw was Archangel Michael, who is protecting what the divine has given you. Okay? I'm going to tap into what these energies are, what's around you. Okay? Let's see. What do we have going on? What do we need to know? My ears are ringing and going crazy. What do we need to know right now? Okay, so let's talk about it. What are these energies? So you have a judge in the shadow. Offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. So again, there's something about, wanting entrapment here. This is, somebody who uses maybe their position of work to create chaos in your life, to cause a lot of things to fall for you. Child eternal in the shadow. What is this? inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. So if you were in something where, this person tried to, needed a lot of control, this is somebody who, honestly, was codependent. They were dependent, and that's why things became either abusive or, this person became very reckless, domineering, because they wanted to control your happiness. They wanted to control what came to you. They wanted whatever control they can have. Oh my goodness, visionary in the reverse. So somebody sold insights to a highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable to theirs. So this is somebody who takes other people's visions and has for gain. So if you had ideas, this person ran with them and made them their own, right? Some people could have, God, this one flipped. Okay, so you could be dealing with a dark priest, someone who violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. Somebody wants to feel very important. Somebody, again, it's a violation of trust. The Seven of Swords energy, right? There's been lies, manipulations. They want to be in control. They're really seduced by this role of power. Jeez Louise. We're going to get any good energy? Yeah. As I say that, are we going to get any good energy? Angel. I mean, you can't get much better than that, right? You have somebody here who is helping those in need with no expectation of return. So are you that angel that people were trying to trap? I thank God we got one, right? Okay, let's see if we can get another one. No, I'm just kidding. You have Midas or miser in the reverse. This is somebody who hoards money and emotions. Their obsessive fear of losing wealth. This person who comes in as a tyrant, this person who comes in as this, authority figure, right? Honestly is the one with fear. This is somebody who wants to control everything because they have a fear of losing everything. Bottom of the deck is beggar. And it's in the upright, so let's look at it. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. So you have an angel who's living humbly, who might be also, look, a pioneer. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Yeah, this angel is a light. This angel is a light, and they live humbly, right? But for whatever reason, you have somebody or a group with that Hierophant energy who felt like, I just heard strong handing. Is that right? Strong handing? Strong arming? What is that? Anyways, that's what they just said. So let's take a look at this. What do they want to tell you? I'm glad to see that you have angels around. We're going to tap into what's going on. Let's see. And so you have people plotting against, looks like a light worker, somebody who's here to do good for people. This could be somebody that you were in some kind of partnership or relationship with, or a group maybe that you had some kind of partnership with, friendship. What do you want to tell us? You're coming in as the sweetheart. Look at you. Who could be mad at you? Look, you're somebody who surrounds yourself with love and happiness. Look at those sunflowers and those hearts. Like, you emit unconditional love and happiness. Of course you're coming in as this sweetheart. Somebody wanted to bind you. This is bondage. Somebody wanted to bind something to you. We'll dive into that. Somebody wanted to bind something to you. They wanted you bound by something. Something that would make you very upset. Something about expected money. There was some kind of expected money. Well, tell me about this. A karmic masculine doing voodoo. One more. Yeah, somebody fell from grace. Or somebody wanted you to fall from grace. I don't know if somebody... Unexpected money in the reverse. So someone expected money by doing some kind of voodoo. Some kind of... this is a divine masculine that fell from grace. This is somebody who had a path and a purpose for more. They were meant to use their power, their good, you know, their gifts for good. But this is somebody who has fallen. They're doing some kind of voodoo, not in the good sense, right? And it's like they expected money. They expected payment of some sort. Something about a child, and I'm not getting child. I think they expected money from something you were creating. That's why they wanted to bind themselves to you, but you walked away before this could happen with this 8 of Cups. And now, obsession. Whether it's a female, whether it's a male, whether it's a group, you have people, it's a group. That's 11, okay? That's a group. You have a group that's obsessed with you. I'll put this over the 9 of Wands. So it's like they are interested in how you continue, how you persevere, what makes you so resilient. There was something that was done that was supposed to bind you to something. And yeah, it is. I just made a video. I haven't posted it yet about destiny swapping. Something was supposed to take that, because you know how I said, like, when I showed you that sweetheart, she's surrounded by love, she's surrounded by happiness. They wanted to wipe that right off of you. Okay, this is a group, because I'm looking at 8 and 3. That's 11. 11 house is, you know, social dynamics groups. They expected money, or they knew that you were creating something that would have money, and there was something done. And now they're obsessed with, how are you so resilient? What are you doing? There's a concern here because they didn't listen to their intuition. This is falling on that 7 of Swords. Now they're concerned because they did not listen to their intuition about whatever this was here, okay? So, Queen of Pentacles and Judgment. You want to know why they're under judgment? Can I tell you? They wanted to cause you emotional pain, and they wanted you some kind of entity attachment. These are in reverse. So this is going back. Okay, so whatever emotional pain, whatever thing they were trying to attach to you is going back. That's why Judgment and the Queen of Pentacles is here. You know, maybe you're a caregiver. Maybe you're somebody who's nurturing. They didn't like this. You're comforting. People, like, feel comfortable around you. Yeah, your light definitely irritated people's demons. This is, you know, Judgment's being called because people tried to cause you emotional pain and attach something to you. This went back. So the pain and the entity that they were trying to attach to you went back to whoever was sending it. Yeah, it's like that movement stopped. And now they're like watching obsessively. What is this? Yeah. It's the people from the past. I don't know. Were they told no more? No movement forward? Like this can't travel towards you, maybe? Maybe the energy can't travel towards you. Yeah, so you have an Ice Queen. Your Ice Queen in reverse is like the um, Queen of Swords energy, you know? And if it's in reverse, this is somebody who uses words to disempower people. This is somebody who is dishonest. You know, like the Queen of Swords in the upright, this is somebody who, you know, knows their boundaries, knows how to speak clearly and communicate clearly. Somebody in the reverse, this is somebody who, and 5 is here in the reverse. So it's like they refuse to change. There's something about them, some kind of dishonesty. They just said gossip and slander. And you want to know how you keep persevering and why you are so resilient, because you're aligned. You know, you move in alignment with your path and your purpose. You know, there was things here about, you know, people trying to cause you confusion, illusion, you know, maybe take your happiness, put you in some kind of mental entrapment. But if your chakras are aligned and balanced, this one would not be an easy task. You know, they wanted to cause confusion. They wanted you to miss your path, right? They wanted you in this energy of just anxiety, negative breaking point, despair. But the thing is, whatever was being sent to you, you know, you are balanced. You're coming in as this Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody who is extremely grounded. You're manifesting something for yourself. You're in manifestation mode because you are in alignment. You, my friend, are a rising star because you moved on from whatever this is, starseed. You have a commitment on the way. You're in your North Node and you're unbothered by a dark group. Look at, okay? So, unbothered by a dark group because you're on your path. You're on your purpose. You're in your North Node. You have a commitment coming towards you that is in the upright. You know, starseed energy. You moved on and you are rising. And I feel like this is like you're rising to the occasion. You're rising to your path, to your purpose, right? All right, let's take a look at what these haters may be saying. What's going on with this? And then I got a new deck today, and it's a difficult one because, you know, you don't want to give power to entities and energies, but you also want to empower people with how to deal with it, right? So God is really speaking to me about talking more about, you know, entity attachments, about what this negativity is that people throw around. You know, some people, they live in a bubble and don't realize there are people out here doing manipulations. There are people out here just full of evil, envy, jealousy. They have entity attachments. They're doing things to affect you energetically. And they keep telling me to talk more about my past and my path and things that I have overcome. And a lot of it does have to do with people and their malicious intent. So with that malicious intent, there's often some kind of lower vibrational belief or practice that goes along with it. And I am being called to share it more. So we'll pull that as well, you know, a little bit. We'll get ourselves attuned to it, right? Yeah. So this may have started with like 1 or 2 people, right? And now you have people trying to turn people against you. And, you know, I just did that thing about destiny swapping. And what do you think that is? You know, when you feel like everything in your life has been turned upside down, how do you think destiny swapping works? Well, they have to do something. So there was illegal activity with that judge in reverse. You know, there is, you know, somebody that you believed was a confidant for you that turned on you and told things. You know, you have people that were obsessed with money, maybe what you were doing for money, where your money was coming from. But ultimately you had, I mean, money makes the world go round. We need it. in order to live. So if people start finding ways to manipulate that for you, by maybe you own a business because you came in as that Queen of Pentacles, right? So you have people turning other people against you. These people are wearing masks, but they're making people feel a certain way. Dark entities are using these people to work against you. And that's exactly what I'm saying, is that, and these people, it may not have even started that way, right? Like you may have, I feel like you as a person are this sweetheart who come to life with unconditional love and happiness and positive energy around you. But the problem is that sometimes people who do not have that same vibration become very obsessed. They become bothered. They become triggered by your light. And what starts out as a little tiny bit of envy or jealousy or just negative talk expands. And that's how these dark entities get inside people's minds. And that's what it is like these devils, demons, dark entities, whatever you want to call it, right? They don't have a lot of authority, but what authority they do have is your thoughts. They can work on your brain, they can work on your mind, and that's how they get you in. So you have to be very careful with who you surround yourself with. You have somebody doing black magic on you. You have somebody who, when they realize they're losing, they're going to start playing the victim. They wanted to alter your values, your morals on making decisions. And you know what? Here's the thing. This is where it goes back to, destiny swapping, right? How does that happen? Sometimes it's intentionally, sometimes it's not. They use your mind against you as well. They try to find your weaknesses, and you say yes to something when it has an entity attachment, something that they want to bind to you. So we're going to dive into that. What's on the bottom of the deck? Hating on your body image and exercise routine. Okay, cool. Well, that's a projection of you, right? So let's take a look at this energy. What kind of things were happening here? Turning people against you. Let's take a look at it. Like I said, I just got this, just cleansed it, kind of tossed it around a little bit. So let's just see what comes out. What messages? It's called the energies of affliction. And this girl, kind of like me, we talked a little bit and, online back and forth. And she too had the calling to teach people about things. And so it was, it's difficult. It's not an easy subject to bring up, right? So let's talk about this. These people are turning others against you. Yeah, they were binding energies, false light, and dark shadow self. So let me look at this. False light. And this is probably, there was a misinterpretation or use of spiritual wisdom or guidance for personal gain and deception. And that's what we got with this priest in reverse. Like, this is somebody who may have been maybe some kind of spiritual mentor, or maybe this is somebody who you saw as a leader with this, especially with that Emperor card. Like, you saw this person as a leader, and they led you down a path that you weren't supposed to go. Dark shadow self, hidden, repressed aspects of the self that exert a negative influence when not confronted or integrated. And maybe this is how, you got bamboozled, right? It's like there's a little, we all have it. We all have a dark shadow self. There is something within us that is easily triggered and can allow us to go in a negative direction if we don't heal it, right? But yeah, they were trying to bind energies to you. Forces that restrict or prevent someone from moving forward in their life. Often associated with karmic debt or spiritual blockages. And this is what this is. They were hoping whatever was bound to you would keep you in a karmic cycle, would keep you blocked from whatever it was you were supposed to do spiritually. Okay, what else do you need to tell us? Yeah, people played mind games. You had a soul contract. That's what that partnership is. You had soul contracts with people. You had agreement made on a soul level before incarnating that can bind a person to specific lessons or energies, often causing recurring cycles of struggle. So there was some kind of soul contract, and I think that's what that, Two of Cups energy was. This person manipulated you through confusion, lies, deceit to control. I told you there was something with control here, and to dominate another person. This is what this person wanted to do. But you may have felt a connection with this person because you made this contract before you got here, right? And so you may have met this person, felt a connection, but this person was a karmic soul contract, and this person used deceit to control, to dominate, and lies, confusion, all of that. The Seven of Swords energy. No, that's too many. It's too many. Hold on, I'll take that one. What is that? It was jumping. Okay, I'll take it. I'm not taking all that though. Bless it. So you have a group, a secret society. You have a group of individuals bound by exclusive membership, often with a hidden agenda or belief, who engage in confidential rituals, practices, activities that are kept secret from the public. I told you, there is a group. Baneful magic. Magic meant to cause harm or injury or destruction to someone's life. This can be in the form of curses, hexes, or any other ritualistic harm. They wanted you imprisoned. They wanted your light imprisoned. They wanted your soul imprisoned. These are rituals intended to trap a person's soul or consciousness in a particular place, circumstance, or cycle. This is to prevent you from growth or spiritual freedom. Your light irritated these people's demons. Bottom of the deck is they cursed their entire bloodline by what they are doing. They made an oath, energetic contract, to restrict personal growth and create obligations. There was an oath to do this to you. Vengeful sorcery, seeking revenge or bringing harm to those who have wronged the practitioner, using magical means to exact pain or suffering. So I don't know if things went back towards these people and now they were sending vengeful things. Like, bless it. Okay. What a mess. What a freaking mess. Okay, these ones. All right. You got it. All right, let's talk about this. What do we need to know? What else do we need to know before I close this out? Your angels, if this is you I'm talking to, your angels are very close by. So is luck, okay? You broke free from something that was meant to take you down. So I just heard luck is on your side, right? Or I feel like these people are looking for this. This is that money they were expecting. You have luck on your side. When this comes in, you better believe people are coming in to make an apology. They're watching you online. Look at that. In the dark. It's an online community, or it's people that are doing things to you online, having to do with your, to try and separate you from something, probably from whatever this success is. 6, 6, 12. This is spiritual. This is hidden. That 12th house is about things that are hidden. So they're doing this in the dark. something. They're doing something online, on their phone, on your phone. There's something they're doing in the dark. You know, this is how they're keeping tabs on you. Ooh, that spun around. Oh, this spun around. They wanted to steal something from you, and it came in the upright, and then it stopped, and then turned. They couldn't get what they wanted. That's why they're angry. That's why they send you this baneful magic. They couldn't get what they wanted. You're coming in with unconditional love and pure intention here. Okay? I think they wanted that to change. They wanted you in that bound, that upset, completely tied to anger, sadness, like all the lower vibrations, you know? They wanted you tied to that. It's easier to manipulate somebody who's in that energy. You know your self-worth. This is why they couldn't do it. You learned self-worth. You found your stability. You know, that's those chakras in alignment. I'm telling you, you've got somebody on the way. Okay, you've got somebody on the way, but I do feel like you have to be careful for whoever this was over here, because somebody wants to come in, but this person is very dependent. It's saying marriage and dependency. This person is very dependent. I just heard on your energy. Something has to happen at a certain time. Well, if they're working with lower vibrational energies, you know, those energies don't work for free. They come to collect. They're planning something. You have people planning something. Yeah, it's a group. It's a group. They're planning something. They're overindulging in your energy right now, or trying to. They may want you sick. You know, maybe they're sending you things to affect your health. Or this is like mental illness, right? They want you alone. They want you sick. They want you alone. Or maybe this is what they're telling people. And they want you scared. I'm getting gang stalking vibes, right? You rose above this. They wanted to send you so many disasters, and it's overloading them. Oh, bless it. Confinement. This is the energy they wanted you in. That's the energy they're in right now. You know, somebody may come towards you and tell you that they care, you know, but their goal, look at this. They want to come in and tell you that they care, you know, but the overall conclusion, like the fruit that they want, there's a goal here, is for you to be homeless. It's a collaboration because they're looking at your blessings. It's a group, and they are ready. You know, they want to, whatever you're cultivating, this hand isn't out for you to help you. This hand isn't out to help you. They are going to come in and ask for your help, your mercy, your kindness, your charity. But I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to promise you things, but it's a trap. Put it to an end. Okay? End it. Put it to an end. Okay. Oh, bless it. All right, how do you want to leave this? Let's wrap it up. I'm over the energy. Okay, so I would be wary of anybody from your past coming in, or people with similar energy or patterns. Okay, these people will have similar energies and patterns to the people from your past if they are not the people from your past. Okay, because you're dealing with a secret society. You know, you continue to move forward. Continue to plan whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're working on. Continue to plan and move forward. You know, this Two of Wands, it's progress. You're taking action with this Aries energy, right? You're taking action with these Aries energy, and you're moving forward. You're like, I'm gonna put my sunglasses on, I'm gonna listen to my music, and I'm gonna keep going. You know, I'm gonna allow that group to squabble and send out malicious, you know, slanderous lies and gossip, but you're just like, I don't hear it, right? Yeah, keep working. Keep working. Keep mastering whatever this is that you are doing, because you're headed in the right direction. Did that... What just happened? Oh, there it is. Mm-hmm. Be wary of that King of Wands. But honestly, if you want to embrace that King of Wands energy, it's you. Be bold. Be a leader. Overcome those challenges and see the bigger picture. Here's the thing, honey. If you are this energy, if you are this sweetheart that has been bombarded with negative energy and entities, you overcame a lot. Be proud of yourself. You literally hold that happiness in your hands, and you are surrounded by happiness. You have so much power within you to overcome this. Not everybody has that ability. I feel judgments here. You answered the call, to your purpose, but we have judgment. The divine is judging. There's only so much that, especially we got that North Node card out, if you're stepping into your soul's path and purpose, there's only so much that the divine is going to allow to happen. So when judgment is called, if you lost money, if you lost opportunities, if you lost sleep, if you lost, mental clarity for a while, you're getting that back. Times 7 is what it says in the Bible, right? What was taken from you will be restored. What was meant for you is always going to be yours. People cannot take what is not meant for them. So, they can try energetically, but it's not going to work out well, especially because you overcame this and now you're sitting in your North Node, right? So, anything else? Tower, the chaos that was meant for you, I just heard life shattering, Jesus, the chaos that was meant for you, all of that energy that they were sending to you is going back. They will experience the sudden change. They will experience the chaos. They will experience the energy that was sent towards you. Yes, you have a lot of changes. Gotcha. Yes, honey. Yes. 6 of Wands, Temperance. Honey, Earth Angel, you're going to be recognized. God recognizes you. The divine sees you. This is you. You were patient. You followed that purpose and you kept going. And here's the thing is, you did get some of that chaos, 100%. But here's the thing is, you found purpose in that chaos. And now you are winning. This is recognition, victory, because you had the confidence, the purpose to overcome whatever these challenges were. Anything else? So the King of Pentacles, Sun. You sat in that energy. You continued to shine your light even in the darkest of times. Okay? This is, you continue to thank God for the happiness, the joy, the celebration you have in your life, no matter how big or small. You continued to live in the attitude of gratitude, and that is why you are still sitting in the light. I do think that with this here, you're going to find out. It is going to be illuminated to you, all of the lies, the deception, and all the things that were done behind your back. Continue to love yourself. Okay? Continue to love yourself. A Queen of Cups. I think that you're also this energy that comes in and you show compassion even to people who have hurt you, betrayed you, stabbed you in the back. You're the type of person that would send healing vibes to those people, right? But ultimately, homecoming for you. You found your way back. You found your way back. Something tells me you called your power back, right? You called your power back. You found your path. You found your purpose again. You lost your way for a little bit there, but you're back. And congratulations. It's time to celebrate. And I'm going to leave it right there. Okay? I love you. And if this is your story, keep going. Keep going. You know, keep going. You are so loved. You are a light, and you are meant to share that beautiful light with others. Do not allow people from your past to dictate where and how and who and what and whatever you do with your light. It's not theirs. It's yours. You know, shine it. Shine it. You are meant to shine so that you can help guide other people who are in the dark back to their path, back to their purpose. All right? Keep doing you. All right? I love you. I wish you so much love, light, truth, and clarity on your path. And I will see you guys again soon.